After 15 years in the joint, Tommy Vercetti was supposed to be a good little soldier. He was sent to the glittering, sun-drenched streets of Vice City for what should have been a simple drug deal. But he was set up. In a town built on greed and backstabbing, his enemies made one fatal mistake. They left him breathing. Section 1. The Harwood Butcher arrives. So, where does the story of Thomas Vercetti even begin? Not in sunny Vice City, but way back in the gritty, grimy boroughs of Liberty City. Born into an Italian-American family, Tommy had a humble start. He used to spend evenings with his dad, a printer, cleaning ink off the press rollers. For a while, it looked like he might just follow in his father's footsteps. But the streets had other ideas, and as a teen, he fell in with the Forelli crime family, quickly becoming a protege of a rising star named Sonny Forelli. Under Sonny's wing, Tommy became the go-to guy, a feared and loyal enforcer. He shot up the ranks, building a reputation for getting things done, but Tommy's success made his boss nervous. By 1971, Sonny saw Tommy less as an asset and more as a threat. So, he sent him on a hit in the Harwood district, knowing full well it was a setup. Tommy walked straight into an ambush with 11 men waiting for him, but in a stunning display of brutal survival, he killed every single one of them. He walked away from the bloodbath with a new nickname, the Harwood Butcher, and a 15-year prison sentence. Section 2, the ambush and the fallout. Tommy's arrival in Vice City is anything but a warm welcome. He's picked up at the airport by Ken Rosenberg, a sweaty, perpetually panicked lawyer with deep ties to the Forelli family. Ken is a walking, talking panic attack, a total opposite to Tommy's ice-cold demeanor. With a couple of Forelli goons tagging along, they head to the docks to handle a major cocaine deal with the Vance brothers, Victor and Lance. It's supposed to be a simple swap, cash for coke. But this is Vice City, and simple isn't in the vocabulary. Just as the deal is going down, all hell breaks loose. Masked gunmen armed with assault rifles swarm the scene and open fire. Tommy's guys are gunned down instantly, along with one of the Vance brothers, Victor. Amid the chaos, Tommy and Ken barely manage to escape with their lives, leaving both Sonny Forelli's money and the drugs behind. Back at his hotel, the quiet confidence Tommy arrived with is completely shattered. He has to make the call to Sonny, and he knows it won't be pretty. At first, Sonny pretends to be concerned, but the second he hears the deal went south, his true colors show. He doesn't give a damn about the dead men. He wants his money and his merchandise. His voice drips with venom down the phone line, making one thing crystal clear. Tommy is on the hook for every last dollar. Stuck with nothing in a strange city, Tommy is completely alone. But the ambush has kicked another hornet's nest. The surviving Vance brother, Lance, now has only one thing on his mind, avenging his brother. And just like that, a mobster trying to save his skin and a grieving brother seeking revenge are set on a collision course with the same unknown enemy. Section 3. A new network in a new city. Stranded, and with Sonny breathing down his neck, Tommy needs a lead, and fast. His only contact, the ever-anxious Ken Rosenberg, points him toward a man named Colonel Juan Garcia Cortez. Cortez is a retired military man from some unnamed Central American country, living the high life on his yacht and acting as an info broker for the city's criminal elite. He helped set up the deal that went bad and promises to use his connections to figure out who was behind the ambush. It's on Cortez's yacht, at one of his ridiculously lavish parties, that Tommy gets his first real taste of the Vice City food chain. He meets Avery Carrington, a ruthless Texan real estate magnate who treats the city like his personal monopoly board. He also runs into Kent Paul, a motor-mouthed British music manager who swears he knows every secret in town. Using these new contacts, Tommy starts taking on odd jobs to build his reputation and sniff out information. He does some wet work for Cortez, who quietly keeps digging into the ambush. He also works for Avery, sabotaging construction sites and strong arming rivals, learning that real power in Vice City comes from business as much as it does from bullets. It's during this time that Tommy has another chance encounter. While chasing a lead from Ken Paul, he's approached by a slick, charismatic man in a white suit. It's Lance Vance, the man who lost his brother at the deal. Realizing they're after the same people, they form a tense alliance. Lance is all style and pure, raw emotion driven by revenge. Tommy is calm, methodical, and focused on getting Sonny's property back. Their dynamic, like something out of an 80s buddy cop movie, becomes one of the defining relationships of Tommy's rise. With Cortez as a mentor and Lance as a partner, Tommy is no longer just a stranded mobster. He's building a foundation to take over the city. Section 4. Working for the enemy. As Tommy gets closer to the truth, Colonel Cortez starts dropping hints that all roads lead to one man, Ricardo Diaz. Diaz is Vice City's top drug lord, a guy with insane wealth, a volcanic temper, and a serious case of paranoia. He's holed up in a massive mansion on Starfish Island, surrounded by a private army. Not yet knowing that Diaz is the one who set him up, Tommy, with Lance at his side, starts working for him. What follows is a masterclass in keeping your enemies close. Tommy becomes one of Diaz's most trusted freelancers, protecting his drug shipments and wiping out his competition. In one key job, they have to protect a deal with the Cubans that gets ambushed by the rival Haitian gang. Tommy and Lance prove how deadly they are together, saving the deal and earning even more of Diaz's trust. But while Tommy plays it cool, gathering intel and waiting for the right moment, Lance is a total live wire. The fact that he's working for his brother's killer is eating him alive, and he's getting reckless. He wants to hit Diaz now and take his empire for themselves, but Tommy keeps telling him to wait. The tension finally boils over when Lance ignores Tommy's advice and tries to kill Diaz on his own. It's a spectacular failure. Lance gets captured and dragged off to the city junkyard to be tortured. Tommy is furious at Lance's stupidity, but bound by their alliance, he has no choice. He mounts a one-man rescue, storming the junkyard and saving Lance from a gruesome end. With their cover blown, the time for playing games is over. The rescue may have saved their partnership, but it also lit the final fuse. Diaz knows they're coming for him, and Tommy and Lance know it's time to take what's theirs. Section 5, the takedown of Diaz. With Lance saved but their cover blown, the chess game is finished. It's time to flip the whole board over. Tommy and recovered Lance gear up for a full frontal assault on Ricardo Diaz's mansion on Starfish Island. This single mission, Rub Out, is the moment Tommy Vercetti stops being a pawn in everyone else's game. Armed to the teeth, the two of them storm the fortified estate. The result is an all-out war. They blast their way through dozens of Diaz's guards, moving from the pristine gardens into the mansion's opulent halls. It's a brutal testament to their sheer force of will. They finally find Diaz cowering in his office. Cornered and enraged, the drug lord makes his last stand, but he's no match for the fury of the two men he betrayed. In a final, explosive showdown, Tommy and Lance gun him down, ending his reign over Vice City. With Diaz gone, there's a massive power vacuum, and Tommy Vercetti is more than happy to fill it. The mansion, once the symbol of Diaz's power, is now his. The Vercetti estate becomes the new center of the criminal underworld. Diaz's men, his drug routes, his entire empire. It all belongs to Tommy now. He didn't just get Sonny's money back. He jacked an entire kingdom. He's no longer an errand boy. He's his own boss, the head of the newly formed Vercetti gang. Section 6. Building an empire. With Diaz's mansion as his fortress, Tommy shifts from enforcer to entrepreneur. Taking a page from Avery Carrington's book, Tommy realizes that true power isn't just taken with a gun. It's built through business. He starts a systematic takeover of Vice City, one property at a time. His game plan has two parts: shake him down and buy him out. He starts by paying a visit to local businesses, violently persuading them that paying protection to the Vercetti gang is a great idea. But he's more ambitious than that. He starts buying up struggling businesses and turning them into profitable fronts for his real operations. He buys the Malibu Club, a swanky nightclub that becomes the new hotspot for his dealings. He snaps up the Kaufman Cabs taxi company and uses it to crush his rivals. He acquires a boatyard, a film studio, even an ice cream company, let's just say, was selling more than just soft serve. Each new business doesn't just make him money, it tightens his grip on the entire city. Most importantly, he buys an old printing press, the same kind of business his father ran. This asset, the Printworks, is his secret weapon. It lets him print massive amounts of perfect counterfeit cash, giving him an endless supply of funds and a major edge over his enemies. As his empire expands, Tommy becomes the king of the Vice City underworld. He forges an alliance with Umberto Robina's Cuban gang, helping them wage war against the Haitians. He even provides security for the ridiculous Scottish rock band, Love Fist. Every move he makes solidifies his control. He isn't just a piece of the criminal landscape, and he is the landscape. Section 7. Cracks in the foundation. As Tommy's empire grows, so do the problems within it. Now a kingpin, Tommy starts carrying himself with an undeniable authority. And one person who definitely notices is his partner, Lance Vance. Lance thought taking down Diaz meant they were equals. Instead, he feels like he's just another one of Tommy's employees. Tommy, a natural loner who trusts his own judgment above all, constantly shoots down Lance's ideas and calls him out for his screw-ups. For Lance, who's always felt like he was living in his older brother's shadow, this feels a little too familiar. He starts complaining about his cut and about being treated like a kid. The bond they forged in revenge starts to crack under the pressure of ego and resentment. Meanwhile, back in Liberty City, Sonny Forelli has been watching. He's heard that Tommy hasn't just recovered his money, but has taken over all of Vice City, and he hasn't seen a single dime. As far as Sonny's concerned, Tommy owes him everything. His phone calls get more frequent and a lot more threatening. The pressure cooker explodes when Sonny sends his goons to Vice City to start shaking down Tommy's businesses. Seeing this as a direct insult, Tommy deals with them quickly and brutally, sending a clear message back to Liberty City. Vice City is mine. That's the last straw. His patience gone and his authority questioned, Sonny Forelli decides he's coming to Vice City himself to take back what he thinks is his. Suddenly, Tommy is caught between a bitter partner on the inside and a vengeful mob boss at the gates. Section 8. The final betrayal and the king's coronation. You knew it was coming. The final showdown. Sonny Forelli is on his way, bringing an army to tear down everything Tommy has built. But Tommy, always the strategist, has a plan. He'll use the counterfeit money from his Printworks to pay Sonny his tribute. One last insult before he cuts ties for good. When Sonny and his men storm the Vercetti estate, the air is thick with tension. Tommy stands his ground, ready to make the exchange. But before he can, the ultimate betrayal happens. Sonny smirks. He already knows the money is fake. And how does Sonny know? Because Lance Vance, his supposed partner, sold him out. Lance steps out from behind Sonny, his resentment finally winning out. "Sorry, Tommy," he says. "This is Vice City. This is business." In that 1 second, it all clicks. Tommy, blinded by rage at Lance's betrayal, finally unloads on Sonny, accusing him of setting him up in Harwood 15 years ago. Sonny, arrogant as ever, admits it all. He reveals he orchestrated the ambush that sent Tommy to prison just to get him out of the way. The 15 years Tommy served, the loyalty he showed, it was all for nothing. The mansion erupts in a massive gun battle. Fueled by a cold, hard fury, Tommy hunts down Lance first. He chases him to the rooftop and, after a bitter exchange, kills the man who was once his friend. With one traitor down, he turns his attention to the other. He fights his way back down to the main hall, taking on Sonny's entire crew single-handedly. In one last, epic confrontation, Tommy Vercetti faces Sonny Forelli, the man who made him, betrayed him, and tried to break him. He unloads his weapon, finally ending Sonny's life and cutting the last string to his old life. Conclusion. Battered but triumphant, Tommy stands in the smoky lobby of his mansion, surrounded by the bodies of his enemies. Ken Rosenberg, his one and only loyal friend, rushes to his side in a panic. But Tommy is perfectly calm. He has confronted his past, destroyed every threat, and purged his kingdom of betrayal. He looks at Ken and tells him everything is fine. Better than fine. The Harwood butcher, the loyal soldier, the errand boy sent to fail. That man is dead. In his place stands the undisputed king of Vice City. What was your favorite mission in Vice City? And who do you think was the bigger snake, Sonny or Lance? Drop a comment and let us know. And if you enjoyed this story, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more tales from the world of Grand Theft Auto. Tommy Vercetti's story is an all-time classic about ambition, revenge, and the bloody climb to the top. He showed up in a city of neon and greed with nothing but a bad reputation. He didn't just survive, he conquered. By the end, he wasn't just in the game, he was the game. And as far as criminal legends go, they don't get much bigger than the king of Vice City.